Hello, class. I am happy to welcome you to the last week of our course. It was a pleasure getting to know all of you this semester, and especially fun learning about your research topics. I'm always pleased to have a variety of interests in the course, and that means I learn a lot too in the process. So I want you all to know that you too have taught me some things. So now we're in our last module, and we just have a couple final threads to tie up, so to speak. We have our discussion 8.1, and in that, I ask you to think about your whole composition career. What do you take away from those courses? How do you see yourself using those writing skills in the future? Then, of course, we have the final draft of our essay. So, when you submit your final draft, remember, include your works cited list. That should be alphabetized in MLA format. And with your final draft, you also must submit a memo that outlines how you changed your rough draft to make your final draft. So it's just the things I've changed memo. And then lastly, we have the final reflective letter. So this, like the midterm reflection, should just be a letter that you write to me, thanking me for a nice semester. In your letter, reflect back on your research project. I want to know what it was like for you. So, what was difficult? What was particularly interesting about doing this project? How did you expand your skills using the different rhetorical modes that were mentioned throughout composition? Also, what do you think of the readings? I am always interested in supplying interesting readings for my students, so tell me, what did you think of them? And lastly, remember, this is the last week, which also means that I cannot accept any work past the last day of this module. So all of the work must be completed before May 5th. Anything I receive on or after that date will not be considered. So we have had a busy semester. I'm sure you've all had a busy school year like myself. So as we go into the summer months, I hope that you keep reading, whether it be a New York Times article. A couple of our readings were originally published in the Times. Or maybe it's a good book. I'll be reading a book by N.K. Jemisin, a favorite science fiction fantasy writer. In any case, your next step in the study of English here at Del State is probably a 200 level literature course like African American Lit or World Lit. So, there you'll be using all these writing skills to think critically about what you read. So, I hope to see you in one of my world literature courses, or maybe next spring in a literature course. In any case, I want you to have a great summer, and I want you to keep reading and keep writing.